I'm a living example of you can get punched in the face and get back up because I'm the modern day Aztec warrior.
Sonke.
Welcome back to MMA Underground. Favorite part of Tuesday. I'm one half the dynamic duo known as Buddy V, killing it with the one and only.
Sam K. And shit, man, we got two phenomenal guests in the building, all the way from Streetbeefs West Coast. We see him. He just shows out every time. We have the one, the only, the Arizonian in the building.
Hey, what up, y'all?
And all the way from Streetbeefs Scrapyard. He shows up and puts on a show every single time. We have the one, the only, Chongo in the building.
Yeah, Chongo. Now,
How y'all
how you
doing?
gentlemen doing today?
Doing good, thank you.
I'm doing good. I'm trying to beat this heat, man.
Bruh, I'm still exhausted, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You was
Exhausted,
out there working,
man. And you
Yeah,
know, like,
imagine this heat.
huh?
So I can only imagine the heat this past weekend for y'all.
Bro, it was like 114.
Mm-hmm.
It was 114. My dumb ass was in all black all day.
Oh,
Black jeans. I don't know how I was moving. But man, we had some bangers, bro. We had some bangers. You know what I'm saying? Of course, did the reffing, did a little kickboxing reffing, did a little Muay Thai reffing. So that was my first. And that was cool. Did some camera work, some cornering. But bro, I gotta ask. I thought you was the first fight of the day, and then the whole day went, and I didn't see you fight. What happened?
So my first opponent, he was supposed to be 290, but he came in to be I think 327. So he's over 50 pounds. So Weddle asked me if I wanted to take it still, and I thought, nah, I don't want to take that.
And
I'm
let us know your weight for context.
I weighed right under 235. That's when I weighed in. So it was a
wow.
100-pound difference.
Oh, okay. Thank you for clearing that up. Thank you for asking that, Sam K. Wow, that definitely makes a huge difference. Holy shit.
I wasn't trying to tear a bicep or something. I was trying to think further for my career.
Yeah. And we
Trying to
literally saw someone tear a bicep that day. So
yeah, I'm glad I didn't. That's shout out to the homie Morgan, man.
Yeah, that happened to my boy Vic Jr. He got part of my team. He was going against Kaiju, tore his left bicep and knocked him out with his right hand with the other hand. And that was it was amazing to be there. Yeah, I'm talking about torn biceps.
Yeah, I was surprised Morgan finished the fight with that torn bicep. He made it look like it wasn't. He didn't even get injured or nothing. He came out the cage and showed us, and it was all the way up here. It was crazy.
Yeah, he's
Man,
showing his coach, and his
that's
coach just thought he was, fine. He's like, nah, look at this one. You know,
Yeah, he pulled up the sleeve. Oh man,
I was
he
gonna
went to
say I'm
the.
actually a fan because I'm pretty sure I got to witness both your guys' first fights too. Because your first fight was last year, right? Or no,
Yeah,
2 years ago. 2 years ago. And then yours was last year at the 3-year anniversary, right?
yeah.
Yeah, mine was against Coup d'etat all the way in the sandbox.
Yep.
Mine was
Man, that's crazy.
against Stallion.
Sorry, that was a fun one too. And let me take the time to just say thank you, Chongo, for I see that drawing right there.
Thank
Yes.
you, thank you.
Scrap
I
your
should have
anniversary
I should have
drawing
went
up
and got
top.
it signed by everybody, like other people doing that. That was a pretty cool idea. I was just kind of focused on the fight, I guess, yeah.
Okay.
So
And
I
then
didn't get the
so
signatures like everybody else would, but I still kept it for good measure.
yeah. I was saying you fought the comedian over at the anniversary event a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, how was that? Was that pretty fun, or was it a little
Oh,
different?
that
Because I
was
know like
fun to me.
comedians a little unorthodox.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I knew that me and him when we paired up, we make a good match because he liked to get in there and mix it up, and I like to try to. I try to get my hands going and let my hands go free and throw combinations as much as I can, and I knew that if me and him could stand on a dime together, we could make put on a good show. And I figured with that fight, I just box for the first couple of rounds, conserve my energy as much as I could, because I came in on about 2 weeks of conditioning because I guess I was a little lazy. I was coming back from a loss about 4 months ago, so I'm getting back into it, but the discipline is back, and I'm motivated to have a fight season.
and real quick, Chongo, how does one? Because I've watched the majority of your fights. You've had some bangers and you've had some competitive matches. Uh, but how does one come back from a loss? A lot of people, you see them, they take a L and you never hear from them again.
I guess it's just I mean, who you are. I mean, like you can tell, sometimes when they come to the scrapyard, if they take the loss well. I mean, I've never taken losses very well, but I'd like take a couple months off, kind of reorganize myself, regroup, and then get the motivation back. And I felt that was kind of the way to get over the stress of a loss, and also focus on my kids and positive things, taking the losses as a learning experience.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And man, I was gonna say, since so I'll get brought up a loss. I know one fight that was a close fight for you, Arizonian, was when you fought Samurai Jack. That one
Yeah.
was. He looks like he hits heavy. Like I had to ask, how hard does he hit?
He hits. He hits pretty hard. Yeah, he in the first round he's getting me pretty good. I was just trying to play defense and yeah, I haven't took shots like that, and that shit gets you tired as hell, man.
Oh yeah, been there
That was
once
a
or
hell
twice.
of a
But on the
fight.
plus side, wait, what'd you say?
Now, I was just saying that was a hell of a fight.
Oh yeah.
Thank you,
But
bro.
and an even better fight was when you fought Oppenheimer, man. I'm just gonna say now, I don't know how when you felt like it really was in the bag for you, but I felt like when you knocked that mouth guard right out of his mouth, I was like, oh, Arizonian's definitely gonna end up taking this. How'd you feel about that fight right there?
I felt like it's always the ones you don't think that are gonna land, and I was just trying to get the setup off. I expect the body hook to land, but the headshot I didn't expect that to land. And once it did, I just seen him drop, and I just went to my corner and seen he just wasn't getting up. I knew that was the fight, but man, that felt good.
Oh yeah. So you don't know what I'm talking about? Go check out his fight. You'll see it. You could even put in a little slow mo and she's like, "Woo."
Yeah, I started training at the Kingdom Boxing. That helped out a lot. Shout out Kingdom. Shout out Coach Gill.
Nice. Talk about that real quick.
Yeah, I feel
How's that helped or changed your game?
just being able to work with someone who's experienced, someone that can see what you're doing wrong and tell you how to work on it and help you with the mitts and doing all that. That it helps a lot when you go with someone who's got some years on you, who's older than you, but he can put hands on you still. Even that's how much experience he got. You can't beat that. And having somebody teach you and show you how to do it right, it goes a long way.
Exactly. I mean, it was only so far I was able to go by myself, and then about 4 fights in, I realized I need to actually do some proper training. So I definitely agree with you there. It's not just conditioning or whatever, straight training. You got to get in there and get the instruction from somebody who's better, so that you can get better. You can level up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, after
I
that
feel like
Samurai Jack loss, yeah, I had to get into the gym.
when I was training with my uncle, man, too, when he was doing pads with me and stuff, I did remember some of my fights where I've had him. I just, I noticed those fine little crisp things that when I didn't have him holding pads, all of a sudden I'd see some of those movements and I'm like, oh, well, that's the mistake that cost me. Guess what I get for self-training? Man.
It only
But,
gets you so far.
exactly.
Nice.
I was going to ask Chongo, I was curious because we were talking about, heavy hitters earlier and tough opponents. And when you fought Black Panther, I was curious. I know one of his signature moves is he does this thing where he comes back and he
Overhand.
leans into like a Luffy elastic punch or something, man. I mean, how did you kind of plan to deal with that?
I'll give him full credit to the light heavyweight champ, Panther. He's a great fighter. He was able to get me with it a couple of times on the top of the head, especially more notably the one that I went down with in the second round. And then I had noticed that my cut had reopened again. And it was just like, at that point, it was like, fight another day, live to fight another day, not let the injury get worse, and making no mistakes at all. Like I said, Black Panther is a great champion.
I was curious about that because I saw you walk away and I saw the cut and I was like, when did that happen? I couldn't see it. So did you have that going into the fight?
It was a headbutt in the second round, early in the second round.
Ooh.
Yeah. An unintentional clash of heads.
Yeah.
They had considered going to the scorecards after the first round, but then they were able to get the cut under control, and then they asked me if I wanted to keep going, and I was like, "Yeah, I keep going." Don't want to win a title, and by injury, doing Aljamain Sterling. He's a good fighter. Just yeah.
So Chongo, real quick, how soon could we see the rematch?
Well, I mean, I kind of did let myself go after a little while there. I'd taken about 4 or 5 months off. I gained a good 30 pounds. I'm working my way back down to light heavyweight. That is definitely in the plans to straddle the light heavyweight and heavyweight divisions, and try to win the Masters title in both if I can. I mean, boxing titles, and then maybe even one day kind of dabble into something else. I mean, who knows?
Okay, I like it.
Staying right at kind of like the 220, the 215 mark, to where all I got to do is just lose like 5 pounds, and I'm down at 210. And I like being at that size for light heavyweight, but I also like being quicker against the heavyweights. I see pros and cons in both.
Nice.
I'd rather be quicker, get in and get out. Yeah,
exactly. And also try to get my conditioning up there so that the big guy gets tired and
Oh,
maybe I can win that way. Yeah, fall down like a giant.
so it's crazy because you're talking about, yeah, maybe after that I get a few other areas and Arizona. And I was going to ask you, I think I've only seen you do, was it one MMA match and all the rest were boxing?
Yeah, that was one MMA fight. I have one other MMA fight in Stroka, but
What?
only yeah, yeah. Shout out Stroka.
Dang, I'm gonna have to go check that one. How come you don't do more MMA, or do you prefer boxing, or?
I wanted to get my striking up more to get that experience up, and then I wanted to do some MMA. I'm planning to do some more soon. I want to get like a few more boxing matches in, and then I plan to step back into MMA.
Nice.
It's too, it's fun. Just watching it, man, makes you want to get back into it.
You know,
And
get to move.
being in Arizona, the hot box is there. Wedo's already said the next upgrade to the hot box will be mats. So I know a lot of the MMA guys are happy about that. Will we be
Yeah,
seeing the MMA Arizonian in the hot box maybe?
yeah, for sure. In the hot box, I'm gonna have to run it back in the hot box again. I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to go. I'm gonna try to go help out and help him build it too. I know
dope,
he's gonna need
dope.
help with that.
Yeah, he does. He does. That's what's up, man. Real quick, I wanted to ask both you guys if we can start with Chongo. What who are some of you guys' influences within the fight world?
I don't know. It's a pretty good question. I mean, I start on the street beefs level. First and foremost, I mean, there are a lot of really good fighters, guys who are on the wall, who have been there and give me tips every time that I show up and fight in the scrapyard. Like El Guanaco, the champion, heavyweight champion, and of course the guys from my team, Vic Jr., Ninja Steve, Nate Palm.
Okay.
Nate
What's the team name?
also, besides my group that we call the Backyard Bastards, Naughty Nate had from Vancouver here invited us to his gym, Columbia River Jiu Jitsu, and I went to a couple of the open gyms there, and that is some awesome training. We do 5-minute rounds. It has bumped my conditioning up and my basic craft, because he's really good. He's the coach, and he's fighting. He's out there fighting. He's pretty awesome.
Sounds fun too, Get the cardio up while getting your ass, a little friendly ass kicking. Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
exactly.
Any professional fighters, or is it just the guys you know and work with?
Well, I grew up watching Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns, Mike Tyson. From MMA, I take a lot of influence from I like Conor McGregor. I like kind of that distance and the bouncing he does on his toes. There are a lot of other fighters, who kind of have that style where they play with where they use the distance and put a lot of emphasis on the footwork, and I like that.
Oh,
Hell yeah. I like those influences. Good people. Especially Sugar Ray.
Yeah, and of course, like anybody from the scrapyard, I mean, I can be here all day naming all the guys that influenced me there. I mean, there are a whole lot of great fighters, all the champions. I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah. What, you Arizonian?
Me, man, I grew up watching. My dad put me on Bruce Lee, and after that, man, going to the backyard, put on the boxing gloves, watching my dad and his homies play around, and then watching UFC. My first UFC watching some of the fights was like Rampage Jackson and Mighty Mouse.
Yeah.
And for boxing, man, I like to watch a lot of the switch hitters, like Marvin Hagler, like you said, man, that was a good Marvin Hagler, Terrence Crawford.
Also, like Alexander Usyk, he's like the small heavyweight coming up and beating all the big guys, and that's definitely inspirational. Being a small heavyweight myself,
and he move different, you know.
Yeah.
What's up, JJ? Now, one of the things I was curious about for both of you is I believe you have kids, and you said I heard in one of the things you outros you have a daughter. Do your children like watching you fight? Do you like showing them your fights, and you're like, yeah, daddy can protect you, yeah? Or they like they kind of get nervous and they're like,
no. When my daughters were younger, around 4 or 5, I was trying to get them to come to Fisticuffs, the boxing gym that I've gone to here. I mean, I haven't gone recently within the last few months. I need to definitely go back, but it's stuck with one. My Ray Lynn is her name. She's 12 years old. She's thinking about getting into it. She's telling me that she wants to fight in the scrapyard when she turns 18. And hey, I couldn't be more supportive. I mean, I think that's awesome. You know, I mean, and maybe it'll stick with the others. You know, hey, if not, then that's all right too. You know.
Right, yeah, just a little quick 1, 2, you'll be good.
Oh yeah, but I try to give them as much as the shout out as I can when I fight, because they're my inspiration. You know, I want to look strong for the kids. You know,
Exactly.
And, this is the way to do it, and yeah, a way to make them proud.
I got my daughter, man. She's just turned 4. She's my only one, and yeah, she's inspired. She inspires me a lot too. So I try to do extra good for her just so I can show out and show her the videos. And she be saying I could throw down, and she be saying I could beat up like superheroes and stuff like that. You know,
Nice. And
also one of the Avengers.
And also, as they watch it more, they see, you know, like, oh, that guy doesn't know how to punch. That guy doesn't know how to. You know how to, and all that. And you know, that makes me proud too. That they kind of learn through watching. You know, they don't train as much.
I'll say it doesn't feel like bragging when your kids talk about it, you know? Because when you talk about it, sometimes people are like, you're trying to show off. When your kids are like, my dad fights! You're like, tell them again. Go tell that person over there, too. They keep looking at me.
Exactly.
That's funny.
My daddy can beat up your daddy.
Yeah. I saw earlier from Go See, he was asking the Arizonian, how is it that you can even handle fighting in weather that's even over 100 degrees?
Man, I've been here my whole life, so it just keeps getting hotter and hotter. You just gotta adapt. I be going trying to hike and trying to hike and stay, try to adapt to the heat, man. You gotta try to survive. It only gets you stronger if you know how to work in it.
Like in movies, it's always those 2 scenes when boxers or fighters are getting ready. They're either out in the desert running that long ass strip, falling down, coming up, dripping sweat, or they're all the way up in the mountains, like in the altitudes, running, and they have like in the mountains, almost falling off and shit. So, all right, yeah, no.
Like
the coach leaves the gym. He leaves the gym in 100 too. He don't turn on the AC, so that shit helps too. He be cooking in the air fryer. Goddamn.
Extra crispy.
Air fried boxing. That's funny.
So,
go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Chongo, you think you might find your way down to the West Coast, fighting in some of that extreme heat?
Oh, that sounds cool. I mean, yeah. I mean, I have definitely given thought of fighting for like other branches, and yeah, I mean, of course, it's just getting the planets to align and working around work schedule and kids and all that. But I would definitely love to do that someday. I mean, yeah, just to experience it. You know.
Anybody on the West Coast catch your eye? We got some boxers out here.
I have to watch some more. I usually more just watch kind of the stick to the scrapyard. You know, kind of watch that episodically. You know, on YouTube every night. And, yeah, but yeah, I definitely plan on checking it out.
That's nice. And how about you, Arizonian? Same question. Any other branch, and anyone catch your eye from any other branch?
It's the same. He said, man, I try to just watch the West Coast. When I see some videos pop up, I'll be watching them. They be having some characters in the scrapyard and the West Coast.
It's funny because Crazy Legs has some crazy outfits, but I don't know if y'all ever seen Mr. Fitness. But I remember he came on with like that Borat thong thing, and they were like, "Oh, you gotta at least put some jean shorts on."
I've seen him
like,
live a couple times. Yeah, that's a show. That's definitely entertaining.
I was watching the fight like this.
I swear, but like Crazy Legs is like his outfits are like for show. I feel like Mr. Fitness doesn't really realize like what he's doing or how it looks. It seems like he's unaware. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hell yeah.
As he pulls the strap.
I'm not that brave. I'm not that bold.
Yeah, man.
Well, you know, he definitely knows how to put on a show. For sure.
Yeah. And you two as well, man. You two as well. I mean, like I said, both of you guys have had some bangers. Quick question for both of you guys. Favorite fight and why?
Wow. Wow, that is a tough one. I have different, favorites for different reasons. I mean, like the one against Stallion, my first one was my favorite because it was quick. It was my only finish, which I definitely need to work on and get more of. I mean, 5-2 with 1 KO. I mean, I definitely gonna up those numbers. But me against Coach P, that was a great one. I loved. It felt very competitive, back and forth, and it's a fun one to watch. Also, me against Ronan, he physically, that one I would say above all was the toughest to get through. Actually, he was. He has angles. He was.
It was round 1. He got you with a good body shot, right?
Oh, he got me with a bunch of good body shots. He had hit me low on accident, and then he got me with a really good uppercut. And I was, but that happened multiple times in the fight. I mean, I had to dig down for that one. That was just my second fight, but I like going back and watching that one too. The comedian, like I said, we matched up pretty well. Especially that third round, I knew I had to kind of come out and make a statement, and do more than just kind of play the defensive game and play it safe. I needed kind of give the reason for the judges to give it to me. So I'm going to be trying to bring a little bit more of that out, in order to get those finishes, those KOs on the record.
I'll probably have to say, yeah, probably me versus Oppenheimer, because that's one of my first finishes. Other than the MMA one, the MMA one was fun too. It's just a different realm. It's just you could throw kicks and it's fun.
Oh,
I'd have to say, adrenaline. Yeah, I need to get some more fights so I can get some more finishes in too.
I like it. Hungry. And since you're hungry, could you see yourself ever possibly stepping outside of Street Beefs, or do you already have anything outside of Street Beefs at the moment? Because I know you said you fought for Strekla once.
Nah, they have a lot of like fighting events here in Arizona. Like I think it's Rage in the Cage or something like that. And they have some. I think there's another one. I think about doing it, but I think once I get some more experience in, I'm gonna do it. Or amateur boxing too. My coach wants me to do that, so I'm thinking about doing that too.
Nice.
All right. See you on multiple cards. Bam, 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 bam.
Get that experience up.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And Chongo, you think you just stay at Street Beefs? Or like if hypothetically BKFC was like, yo, we like how you fight. We got somebody for you.
That would be fun. I mean, I would definitely be down to fight for any promotion. I mean, I'm 42. I'm hopefully I can do this until I'm like 60. You know, I mean, see if I can go for a record in the scrapyard. And I've heard of other places like Shark Tank, well, not a whole lot of others. Just, but I mean, yeah, I'm always down to it. I mean, I've heard of that one rock and roll, that one where they were it's like Street Beefs, but they do it in a ring. I mean, yeah, I'm willing just to fight. I mean,
are you talking about Punk Rock Fight Club?
Yeah, that one, I think. Yeah,
That's
they find an actual ring. I mean, just anywhere where they have like burner matches. I mean, I'm definitely down to do that as much as I can because it's what I love to do. And
Hell yeah. Have you guys heard of Punk Rock Fight Club? So it's Whittier, California. This dude, Knucklehead Tom, started it. He was like a total punk rocker, but he loved to fight. But he was doing martial arts, and he eventually got bigger. And he went to Thailand once. He has many professional fights. Has his own gym. He has many people directly under him. Still full on punk, Liberty Spikes or like Mohawk half the time. But he produces mostly Muay Thai fighters. The Oni from Street Beefs West Coast went there, and that's how I found out. And I've seen some of their shit where it's like they have a punk rock show. They had Blink-182 and NoFX at the show at some dude's house. And during the show, they have a mosh pit around the fucking ring. During that, they're having 1 minute intervals where they ding it. 2 people go in, go at it, ding, out. 2 more people come in. And I was like, what the hell is going on? And it was just like, it was insane. Sorry.
That sounds very entertaining.
Sure, dude.
Hell yeah. And
that's a cool idea.
Right? I was like, all right. I was like, speaking of entertaining, you guys like some of the other fights that go on with UFC, Power Slap, or with there being so much content, do you predominantly stick to Street Beef videos?
I do like watching the fights. I do like watching professionals fight because I feel like I can learn something from them because they get in the professional help and they're there for a reason. They put in the work. So watching them, that's inspiring too. Watching them fight too.
Yeah, I like watching MMA, UFC, boxing. Try to stay up on it. Mostly just on Facebook and YouTube. The cool thing about Street Beefs is there's always a new episode out. Like every day I can watch a couple. And boxing on the weekends or UFC. I mean, you can afford the pay-per-views all the time, but if you follow that stuff on Facebook, then, it'd be pretty good. Like I said, learning from your favorite fighters and trying to emulate them and their work ethics and their training. And, yeah. All that good stuff.
Battleborn's match is tomorrow. Shout out Battleborn. I didn't know that was tomorrow.
Shout out BB. Love you, bro. So I wanted to ask both you guys, how did you guys find out? And let me reword that. Yeah, how did you guys find out about your Street Beefs branch? How did you guys find out and get involved? How did that happen?
Well, I was training at Fisticuffs, and I guess the distant goal for that was to get myself an amateur fight, and that's still a goal eventually to go into get a profile on USA Boxing and get some actual amateur fights in. But I was training at Fisticuffs, and Vic Jr., Napalm, and and Ninja Steve came in, and they wanted the coach had wanted to spar them because they came in talking about Street Beefs, and they were saying, "Oh yeah, we got fights and stuff like that." I was like, how'd you get a fight this quick? You just met the coach, and I was just like, I gotta learn about this. But they had put me up against Vic Jr. That day in sparring. I guess the coach kind of took it maybe as like maybe a challenge or something, because he said he had told me to go hard. He's like, go hard. And me and Vic, I mean, we're boys. We spar. You know, we're basically, you know, we're both heavyweights, and we but the only time we've ever fought was that one time, the first time that we met for that one round, and it was crazy. You know, we were both. It was back and forth, and yeah, I was fighting for my life. That's always a good memory to look on.
So he's the one who introduced you to Scrapyard?
The Vic, all three of them did, and
okay.
They had asked me to join Streetbeefs, and I had been resistant for about a year. And then I got back in contact with them and started training with them, and then everything kind of fell into place. And a month later, I was in my first fight with Stallion on the third anniversary. So, and I'm just going to keep doing it and doing it. And,
Oh,
you know.
Ninja Steve just had a comment for you. He remembers that day.
Yeah, they had put him up against Camille.
He said, "I got smoked."
Yeah, yeah. Coach Leonard Gabriel, and he had put him up against one of the like really tough kids who had been there for a while, since he was like 10 years old, and he was about 15 up to that point. And oh man, it was good because but Steve, you know, he's really quick, and he has a lot of good skill too. That was a good sparring match, and the one
to be fair, Ninja Steve looks like he just lifts weights. I mean, that dude's arms are like someone took a pencil.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of quickness to go with that too. I'll try to work with my speed and technique with him because of the size difference, and I'll try jabbing at him, throwing quick punches at him, and he'll dodge it like the Matrix. And you're like, man, you know. And we like to match our foot speed, you know, our foot speed against each other, and I love sparring with each one of the guys for different reasons. You know, mixing all the different styles up, doing a Shark Tank with the team, and that's
how you do it.
Yeah.
And Arizonian, how did you get involved with Streetbeefs West Coast?
Man, I had one of the first people I started training with was Beardy King. Shout out Beardy King, and he he showed me his Stroker fight, and then he showed me his fight against I think it was Golden Arms, and then he showed me he showed me like the street beefs that they do it here or in Nevada actually too, and I told him like, how do I join? He told me you just join the group and yada yada yada, and I started joining and talking and asking how can I sign up, and everybody told me, and I signed up, and that's when I had fought Coup d'etat. That's how I fought. Started fighting was because of Beardy King. Shout out Beardy King.
That's crazy. I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, he put me on.
Okay.
Yeah, you got some killer ass fights. Well, so we know how you guys got involved, and we know that one of the big things that fighters partake in, as you saw me exhale a little bit ago, was smoking. Now, I was curious about your thoughts on either smoking, whether you sparring, training, or if you ever hypothetically, allegedly have smoked before a fight. You know, or your thoughts on that. I'm just curious because, like me, I smoked during training, I smoked during sparring, I smoked during everything except fight day. That's the only thing I don't smoke before. So,
I'm
I'm
very naturally high angst. I mean, I'm very wound up all the time, and I'm smoking all the time anyway. So it kind of calms the nerves because it's even now hot. Yeah, I'm a native too. My girlfriend's in the room. She's reminding me. I'm half native too, and before a fight, you know, I get really high and anxious and very nervous, and I'd say it helps.
Nice.
I see Nate Diaz. He just said, "It says if you smoke, you gotta work harder." So I feel like I try not to smoke like the day of, and I try not to smoke like tobacco, like nicotine. I try to smoke like hemp and like the papers and stuff. But I try not to smoke too heavy when I'm on fight month, like training for my fights. I I I'll dabber after I'm done training and whatnot, but uh yeah, I try to keep it at a minimum. I,
Hell yeah. I was saying,
I'm
it's like
pro.
some guy always says, cardio is key. Cardio is key. Cardio is
Exactly.
key.
Exactly. And the worst nightmare is being tired in there. It's not fun at all. It makes it a fun experience and not a very enjoyable one at all when you're exhausted and you have someone coming after you. It's yeah.
Now,
For
I wanted
sure.
to bring it back to some of your guys' fights, and I was actually curious about when you fought the lost one, the Arizonian. I kind of feel like you threw a really great hook, but before that, I felt like his head movement was just a little bit better. I felt like I was seeing him here, and when you ended up landing this hook, I think in round two, and I kind of felt like it shifted a little bit to where all of a sudden I started seeing a lot more blows landing. And I was going to ask you your thoughts on that fight for right there.
Man, shout out to Lost one. That was a great fight. That was one of my favorite fights too. That was a good one. He's a hell of a fighter. His head movement is good. He has that good high guard, and he knows how to move lateral and move his head. He moves his head or he moves his feet. He has real good fundamentals. And fighting him just helped me out too. That's when I believe I believe that's when I started trying to look into the gyms because after that fight I knew I had to do something because his boxing was good. I was trying to get like that.
That was a fun one. And Chongo, see, the one I had for you was really curious about is how did you feel you were able to adapt to the speed of when you fought T? Because he was also a very fast fighder, and that was one thing I noticed with when you fight him is he was just real quick in that first round, and
Yeah.
he just slowed down a little bit, but his still was.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
And I had saw that how he had fought Floki, the guy before. I mean, I think that might have had an effect too. I mean, he did have to fight twice that day. Mad respect to him. And he was also a southpaw, which kind of messed me up. I'm a southpaw. It's weirder for southpaws to fight southpaws, and that was something to deal with. And he was quick for a big guy and had really long reach. And I just remember having to kind of push my way in at times, keep my defense and my head movement going, but not just stay on the outside to get picked apart. I had to kind of go by the formula that I'm kind of figuring out now is boxing for the first couple of rounds, and then get my energy and then pouring it out in the last round. If I get a stoppage before then, hey, that's awesome. But getting older as I am and trying to think more about my conditioning than anything else, and I think that strategy works. I mean, I think it worked with him. He was getting tired. Like I said, it was the second fight, but I was able to get on the inside. I've been working more on my inside fight game, doing speed and power. My girlfriend helps time me with that, and to where I get in and get mix it up and get dirty and not get tired.
oh yeah.
I've always liked
Yeah,
that.
that's one thing about getting old. You feel it a little bit more. It takes
Yeah.
a month to heal, not a week. I'm like, what the hell? This is bullshit.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to ask then, on top of that, too, what's the worst injury either of you have ever suffered from, whether sparring, a fight, even outside of street beefs, if you were just on a street fight, and you had to whoop some punk's ass?
I got it.
Man, street beefs.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead. You go ahead. My bad.
Okay. It was actually, I got to give credit to a comedian. In my last fight here,
Wow.
for a week, my chest here actually hurt, and I thought it was like my lungs or something like that, but it ended up being more like on the side here, and I think it was like bruised ribs or something. And
Damn.
I mean, I came back when my bell rang a little bit, being a little punch drunk, but I'd have to say, so far that's the worst someone I've got injured so far.
Man, the last one, yeah, his head is hard as fuck, man. I hit him right on his forehead and fucking that shit bruised my knuckle, man. That shit hurt. My shit was swollen like a motherfucker, man. That's probably the worst one I had.
Ooh.
That's wild. It's probably the best injury to have, though. Like a bruised knuckle.
Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't broken. How hard that man's head was.
I wanted to ask you guys, where do we get our names? How did that happen?
Well, I got mine in the Marine Corps. I went by that name for a few years. I hadn't went by it since I got out in 07, but one of my sergeants had given me that because I'd like to grapple and fight against other people from other platoons. And that was the cool thing about the military. There was always somebody to spar, somebody who was always down to throw down. And he started calling me Chongo. I think he meant that. I think he thought that it meant gorilla, because he also called me silverback gorilla too. But I think it means like monkey or something like that. But it was kind of like more of like kind of a mascot fighting name, because whenever a platoon had like a guy who wanted to grapple or fight, they'd be like, "Hey, we got a guy," and I ended up having officers and staff NCOs call me in, and yeah, I hadn't used that name since 2007 until last year. So it's great to have a resurgence of an old identity,
That's dope. And what does it actually mean?
I think it means monkey. That's what somebody told me at one of the fights.
In Spanish, yeah. Chongo means monkey in Spanish, yeah.
Gotcha.
Because I was out of fight in the middle of the round, between rounds, and the guy yelled at me, "Chongo means monkey." I was like, "Thank you."
Yeah. An Arizonian?
Man, I just wanted to put on for my state. I thought that was the most catchy thing to put for my fighting name. I thought it was pretty dope, so I just picked it. I liked it. Shout out to all the Arizonians.
Represent.
AZ, baby.
Yeah.
You said you've been there your whole life too?
Yes, sir. Born and raised.
So real quick, because West Coast got all the locations. Which ring do you prefer, the hot box or the smoke ranch, or the sandbox from way back in the day?
The sandbox, that was cool. That was the OG one. That was the first one. I like that one because it was the OG one. The smoke ranch, I feel like the elevation, I feel like that gets to you. But I feel like the ring's nice. You could dance in it, the shape of it. But I like the hot box though, because it's the sand helps out the shifting, and it's real close. And the way I like to fight inside, so I don't mind it. I'd have to say the hot box.
Number one.
Yeah, for sure.
Dope.
Yeah, those look fun to fight in.
It's the grittiest one, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, some of them look hardcore. Yeah, I mean,
it fits the atmosphere for sure.
Yeah.
My favorite was still when they broke it during the anniversary event or the Super Bowl.
Like, you pushed him to the door.
Man, he speared him. That wasn't no push. He speared him. That was a straight spear. Both of them men was on the ground. Everybody was on the ground.
He got like he was going to the end zone or something.
I think that literally because Ogun got a football background, and I think he just got frustrated with E7 and his tactics. He said, "All right, fuck it."
Yeah, that was a big.
Daniel, the best angle. You see it. Oh, camera fall over. Everything happened afterwards. I was like,
I'm pretty sure Daniel got hurt in the midst of that. Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, Daniel.
Oh, he all right. He all right. That was,
Yeah.
for the sake of footage. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Literal blood, sweat, and tears in that shit.
Hey.
Damn.
Heart in the fight. Shoot.
That out there.
So, I was gonna say this is about the time where I usually have to be the bearer of bad news, and we usually have final questions. I was gonna say, Somke, do you have one final one for our guests?
Yeah, just final questions real quick. Both of you guys, what can we see from you guys in your respective branches in the next 6 months to a year? What can we expect?
Man, hopefully I get some more fights in so I can get a title fight for boxing, and then maybe go to probably do some MMA, maybe some kickboxing and all that jazz.
Light heavyweight title?
Yeah, maybe light heavyweight, maybe both.
He's gonna be quick with it. Quick with it.
Well, I'm planning on. As I go along, fighting at least 7 or 8 times a year. And fighting a whole lot more, and hopefully get my name on that wall, and hopefully fight for another title, another Masters title down the line. Both light heavyweight and heavyweight. And maybe even dabble into some kickboxing or MMA. I mean, anything's possible. I mean, I definitely.
You got 2 shoulders. You can't get more belts than that. Okay.
I'm definitely, one thing's for sure. I'm going to just keep doing this and until I can't anymore. Until physically I can't do it anymore. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Well,
that's no time soon.
Hell yeah. My final question for each of you is I gotta know, so everyone has a little something to watch tonight, your favorite fight movie. So I can watch something tonight.
Fist of Fury by Jet Li.
Hell yeah. All right.
It's like an homage to Bruce Lee's Fist of Fury. It's dope.
I haven't seen. Okay. It's Fury, Jet Li.
I was gonna say The Raid, but that one's a little too easy. I like one by the same crew. It's called The Night Comes for Us. It's on Netflix. That one's badass. That one and Headshot. The crew that makes The Raid. I think they make awesome fight scenes. Yeah. It's nice and gory. And
The Raid's a good one.
Stuff. Yeah.
I got some good ones written down. Yeah. I'm not gonna be corny. One of my favorite ones would probably have to be, don't laugh, Never Back Down 2. Just because that's Michael Jai White, and then you see Lachita Moyota and a couple other guys in there, and it's just I like it.
That's a classic.
Yeah, ain't nothing to laugh about. That's a good one.
I do cardio to the Never Back Down montages, and Anthem for the Underdog. That's always a good, it's always a good one.
What's your favorite song, Kay?
Oh man, I can't say I got a one favorite. Really, I can't remember. I've answered this question before. I don't remember what my answer was, so I'm gonna just give you the default. Rocky 1.
You can't beat that.
All
You
right.
can't beat it. You can't beat it, man. You know,
Southpaw.
OG.
So
Southpaw is awesome. You know, but Rocky, man, Rocky won there. All of the series is fire. The whole series is fire, including Creed. But that first one, man, it's a perfect story
It's a
of
love,
a
love story.
of an imperfect fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Straight from the
got a little
trenches.
bit of hope.
And then we got like one of the best theme songs in history with that movie. You know,
Can't even argue that. That time you hear it everywhere you go.
For real.
Yeah.
That's a good
All
But
right.
shit,
Well, those
huh?
That's a
are
good
good,
one.
solid choices from everybody. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. But shoot, man, it's about that time. If y'all want to go ahead and give us your socials, any plugins you guys want to do, shout out.
Shout out to everybody that I haven't mentioned. I mean, I'll be here all night. Yeah. The Fire Chicken, of course, to Solo, to Pappas, to Backyard Bastards, to Columbia River Jiu Jitsu, Reptilian Top Team. Roman, you know, he's a good, talented kid. I like him. He's part of the Backyard Bastards. I forgot to name him. He's really good. He fought the champion. So, and shout out to my family and my Adrian right here.
Hello.
And my kids and you guys. Thank you. This is my first time ever having anything like this, and I'm damn proud to do it. And hopefully, I can do it more in the future.
My Instagram's the_Arizonian 2000. I'm gonna try to make a YouTube or something with me sparring and training and whatnot. But other than that, shout out to Kingdom and everybody training at Kingdom. And shout out to AZ, everyone from Phoenix, Southside, the Vistas. Shout out to the family, everybody. I love you. And shout out to my daughter, Najoni. And shout out to y'all, Underground MMA, and everybody watching too.
Jake and Jake, the American Dragon. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot to put his name in there. He's my boy.
Man, this was a killer show. Thank you both so much. And yeah, it was such a blast.
We appreciate y'all.
Hey, thank you for having me, man.
Yes, another fire show.
And you know, we usually tell you guys don't go anywhere. You know. But we have a little something different this week. You know. We thought we might let you guys off a little early because if we gave you your Fire 5 and your fighters to watch every single week, you'd get used to it. So now you're gonna have to wait a whole week to see what we really got in store for you. What do you think, Samke?
Hey man, it's just one of them weeks. What Buddy said.
Oh yeah, well, what do you say? About that time?
It's about that time, man. Another great show. Great guest, as always. Let me go ahead and get the shout outs out the way. I want to say shout out to Chongo. Shout out to the Arizonian. We appreciate you guys. It was a great conversation. For the people watching, go check out these guys' fights. They got plenty of fights. Streetbeefs Chongo, Streetbeefs the Arizonian, and their fights will pop right up. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. It does not hurt anyone for you to do that. We appreciate you. I want to thank everyone who's watching us live, everyone who's watching us on replay. Shout out Street Beefs OG Yard, Street Beefs Scrapyard, Street Beefs West Coast, Street Beefs Dirty South. We do this for you guys. Shout out Overtime Hustling Magazine. Shout out Heart in the Fight. Shout out zwellworld.com. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the greatest producer in the world, Jay, who brings to us every week MMA Underground, as well as many other shows that you guys need to go check out. Shout out to Buddy V, the greatest co-host in the world. Can't do this without you, bro. And that's pretty much it for me. If you're trying to check for me, I'm here every week, same time, same place.
Hell yeah. Well, you know what I'm about to say. Shout out to zwellworld.com. You know what it is. You see Somke repping it, making that shit look super dope. You know where to get it. And guess what? I have been receiving some orders for the Somke Cardio is Key shirt. And to everyone who's got one can attest that they have received more than what they ordered. So just putting that out there, every single person. So if you want to just find an extra couple things in your package, you know, you can always go there. And don't forget, Y and B. That'll get you a discount on your order.
Go get you a shirt before they're sold out, because cardio is key and you need to be wearing it while you're doing it.
Exactly. Now, go to Zwell_Buddy V to see the fun Instagram that I have and, you know, posting some good things here and there. The other day, you can see I did some archery. And, yeah, the Facebook on Zwell World. So, you know, it doesn't cost anything to go like or follow. But other than that, you know, I have a killer-ass time. Somke, you kill it as always, too. Thank you very much. Jay, keeping you on your toes. And to everybody else that's out there, you know how we always end it. In Jay's famous words, with one world, one love, deuces.